And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the inn. We're picking up with the last little bits here for the big dump, and we're just gonna dive headfirst right back into it with Shadow Rager. Shadow Rager is a 3-cost, 5/1 rogue card with stealth. Oh, Blizzard. I'm gonna save my fiery rant for the end.
No, go ahead.
Oh no.
No, go ahead.
Bulb.
Go ahead.
The only thing that I can realistically say about Shadow Rager is it's crap. It's terrible. Why would you make this? Especially for Rogue. Moving on.
Man, Blizzard likes their Rager cards, don't they? let's give Magma Rager stealth. Maybe that'll make it a better card. And actually it does. I know Eddie's going to disagree with me wholeheartedly. But giving a 5/1 stealth changes the game. Because they're going to have to use an AoE spell to take this thing out. You're going to get one hit that can do 1/6 of damage of your opponent's life total against them. You're not going to be attacking. You might use this to wipe out a minion, but more than likely you go face. You hit them once, and that's all you really care about or need at this point. And why did they give it to Rogue? Because they are focusing heavily on stealth with Rogue. And another thing you can do, you can leave it stealth on turn 3, play Shadow Sensei on turn 4. Now you have a 7/3 that can now go and hit face, look at your opponent and go, okay, now what? And now they have to respond to Shadow Rager. So, actually, I don't say really like it, it's going to be an auto-include, but I think a lot of people are writing this off when they really shouldn't have, because stealth, I think, actually makes this card playable. I don't think it's a good card. I think that there are better options. But it's a lot better than Magma Rager is. It actually is playable, and it actually is a threat.
I mean, if anything, I'm highly glad you're optimistic about it, if anything. I just see it as complete and total garbo. I really do.
Oh, I don't think people are going to play it. I think people are not going to play it because there's a inherent, I don't want to say hatred, but a dismissal because the Rager cards generally aren't good. I'm just saying in this instance, I think they're wrong. But that still does not mean they're going to play it. I just think that it would be a threat if actually played. Next up, we have Luckydo Buccaneer, which is a 6-cost, 5/5 rogue pirate with the battle cry, if your weapon has at least 3 attack, gain +4/+4. I think the stat line is decent. I think Pyre Synergy is great, especially in Rogue. And I think Rogue is definitely going to be able to get a weapon with at least 3 attacks, so you're going to be able to make this a 9/9. If you're playing Rogue Pirate, I think you play this. Hands down, absolutely.
I give you that. I mean, it's essentially the pirate version of Draconid Crusher. So, why wouldn't you want to play this? Especially with being able to get a weapon that has at least 3 attack. And plus, if anything, Pirate Rogue, yarg.
Yarg.
Yarg. Next up, we have Kabal Songstealer. It's a 5-cost, 5/5 battlecry, silence a minion, priest card. So here's our X, cost 5/5. It's a priest card, and it's also having the silence effect with the cost. I like it. I really do. It's nice. And I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what deck am I going to play this in? It's like, am I going to play this in, like, potentially Shadow Priest, potentially Silence Priest, because apparently that's a big thing anymore, or at least they're trying to make it more viable. Or just, am I going to play it just to play it because it's a good costing card? But then again, there's also the 5 spot being competed for heavily by Azure Drake. But that's in general. But that's neither here nor there. Bob?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty decent card. It has a good stat line. I think Priest will make use of the silence effect. Just especially in Control Priest or whatever, I think this is going to be a useful minion. I think Priest will use this. I mean, hands down, they're going to use this. So yeah, it's decent. It's pretty good. Next up, we have Greater Healing Potion, which is a 4-cost pre-spell which restores 12 health to a friendly character. And part of me goes, kind of overkill, isn't it? Especially for the 4-cost slot. I'm thinking maybe if you're a Heal Priest, maybe you pack in one of these bad boys. Definitely, I think if you are Kabal Priest, or Reno Priest, whatever you want to say it. Other than that, I'm not sure if you would pack this in to a regular Priest deck, unless you are hoping to get Aknai out there and then just use Greater Healing Potion to go boop. But, I don't know, Eddie. Would the normal regular Priest use this card? Like, I can see a few archetypes using this, like Reno/Cabal or Healing Priest. But I'm not sure if your typical Priest is just going to pack this card in, because they have tons of healing effects already. Why do they need a mass healing effect?
Mainly to combat the aggro issue that they have fighting against. So it's like, I'm trying to sustain myself and keep myself in this game, and just thunk, let me hit myself with this, give myself 12 health, and that's about it, really. I mean, if anything, if you grab it from the Kabal Potion card, it's not horrible, because, I mean, you take a look, and you take a look at Warlock. Warlock likes to hurt itself a lot, so I use this, heal myself. Mage, it could use it to be staved off more towards the mid to late game. If you had a really crappy early game, just boom, heal myself 12 for 4. Okay, cool. As far as like general Priest goes, I'll say maybe the Reno style would use it, just to give it more. I'm going to sustain, and I'm going to make you angry.
And you mess up when you're angry.
Yep, and that's about it, really. However, if anything, it might combo with the next card.
Oh, no.
You never know with Mayor Noggenfogger on the board. I love that name.
I'm going to heal my opponent.
No, I'm gonna... Okay, if anything, before we get into this, okay. Mayor Noggenfogger is a 9-cost, 5/4. All targets are chosen randomly. And that's everything. Attacks, spells, you name it, it's random. If you would want to, referring back to Greater Healing Potion, try for the I'm going to damage my opponent for 12. You can. However, I don't recommend it. Like, I highly don't recommend it when you're trying to go up as far as ladder goes. If anything, Noggenfogger is a 9-cost lesser Yogg. because of all the effects and targets being chosen randomly. This is me personally. If I get a golden one of him, or just pull him in general, I'm probably not keeping him. Because I just don't, me personally, I don't see use for him. And I know Bob's probably going to disagree with me heavily on that, but I'm going to go ahead and let him have his go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's definitely not useful if you're useful in general, but oh man, he'd be so much fun.
The fun factor, yes.
I would not dust him just because I don't dust anything personally, but I would advise you not to dust him just because of how fun this would be and how crazy and how much. It's like I don't want to craft or anything, but if I pull him, I might mess around with it. I think it's too much random for me. But at the same point, I'm going. Part of me just wants to put on the board like let's go. I almost feel like they saw what happened with Yogg Saron and like, well, crap. People actually use this instead of just screwing around. Let's just create a card that's just for screwing around. There's no way it can appear competitively. And I will laugh if this appears competitively. Because that would be hilarious.
Now, see, that's what's terrifying when I think about it. Is because it's like, alright, I'm playing Mayor Noggenfogger. Your turn.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to try to clear it off the board. Fireball. Crap. Fireball my forehead.
Yes.
I'm going to try to Shadow Word Death this. Nope. Shadow Word Death your own Ragnaros. Why?
Oh, Ragnaros! All targets are chosen randomly. Ragnaros might be able to actually shoot you in the face. Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do not exactly endorse Mayor Noggenfogger, but if anything, I'm going to be watching Trollodin.
It will be hilarious.
Yes.
We will have to at some point do a Mayor Noggenfogger all random deck challenge. Let's go.
Oh.
It will all be random, and we'll see who lives at the end. There will be a Mayor Noggenfogger tavern brawl. I guarantee you that.
That I can see. If anything, Blizzard says Team 6, make it happen. Like, I won't be surprised at all.
This is, like I said, this is not going to be a must-have for me. But man, I would not be sorry if I got it. And I find this card hilarious. It's great. It puts a smile on my face. I think it's I agree with Eddie. It's not going to see competitive play, but man, it'll be hilarious if it does.
Here's the thing though, because like on one end I say that, and then you know with you talking about it, and you mentioned some of the stupid shit this thing can do, I go, ah, crap. You never know with people. They may make it happen, because it's like it's just everything's chosen randomly.
Nothing's better than trolling everybody.
So it's just I'm gonna drop it and just sit and wait. You're gonna try to take it off the board with a like a fireball or something, and you're just gonna nuke your own crap, and you're just gonna sit there and just go, why? Just why? Especially if Ragnaros is sitting on the field. Ragnaros hits itself for 8.
And then Yogg shows up and he randomizes the random.
I'm gonna give my opponent a secret. I'm gonna give this thing this. You get Wind Fury. I get hand on the forehead.
Herp a derp. Now, to be fair, for a set that has actually not been that has not had as many random targeting cards as other sets, Mayor Noggenfogger makes up for all of it.
I'm about to say, Bob, just please go. I don't want to keep dwelling on this card. My brain's already spun the stupid loop.
We need more Mayor Noggenfogger. Mayor Noggenfogger for president.
Make Hearthstone great again.
Make Hearthstone derp again. Oh. Next up, we have Streetwise Investigator, which is a 5-cost, 4/6 minion with Battlecry. Enemy minions lose stealth. So, hello, Rogue. I'm just going to be your Rogue counter. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, I mean... Oh no, you're trying to hide your Gadgetzan Auctioneer. Not anymore. It dies, or I put it in my deck. Just no.
Yeah, I can definitely see this being used as a tech, but the problem is, since it's 5 mana, is you're also going to be able to play it alongside something if you're trying to target something specific.
Next up, we have Small Time Buccaneer. It's a 1-cost, 1/2 pirate card, has +2 attack, while you have a weapon equipped. It's Coghammer for pirates. And depending on where you drop this bad mamma jamma, he's useful. Thumbs up, I approve.
Yeah, I like this. I like this card, especially for pirate decks. It kind of does what I kind of want pirate decks to do with not. It's like I don't want future pirates or pirates in general that are put out to be so focused on weapon synergy. But if they are, I want it to be that they're not just boosting weapons. Like, I like it like it costs less depending on the attack of your weapon. It has more attack. It does this. It does that. Okay, that's kind of cool. But I don't want to just have to always feel beholden that I have to have a weapon. So I kind of like this. But the problem is, I'm also considering my pirate deck. And all of the 1-cost pirates are good. Patches, Swashbuckler, South Sea Deckhand, Buccaneer, Bloodcell Corsair. Each of them have their uses. And when I'm looking at my pirate deck, I'm really wondering, what will I have to take out? And is it worth it to take out? Because Swashbuckler is going to give me maybe some more answers. It's not so solely weapon focused. Bloodcell Corsair is actually a decent tech card, especially with pirate synergy. South Sea Deckhand, yeah, I get it. It's a 1-cost card, and it has one defense. Oh no, it's going to get killed by mage, except you're going to be playing it when you have a weapon, and that gives it charge, which means it actually is not too bad. So, I mean, also if you're playing Warrior, this is N'Zoth's first mate. And you don't want to flood your deck with 1-cost pirates. Like, I normally keep a strict limit of about 6 1-costs at the most. And I'm looking here, especially since I play Pirate Rogue, and Buccaneer is kind of very important for me. And all these other ones, I'm going, well, what will I take out? And I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to react to this, because I like it, but it's just it's in the running with a lot of other really good 1-cost pirates.
If anything, you may, like, depending on where you want to play it, because, like, you can probably have, at this point, standard pirates and wild pirates. And, like, you can have him be in your standard deck when things rotate out. Also, I like him in Arena. Good 1-drop, you tap next turn, you've got a 3/2 on board.
I mean, he's going to be a must include in Pirate Warrior, but in Pirate Rogue, there are a lot of options, and it's just I don't know. It's something I have to think about, because I like him, but there are a lot of really good options out there right now. Next up, we have Weasel Tunneler, which is a 1-cost 1/1 beast with a death rattle. Shuffle this minion into your opponent's deck. Okay, it's a thing. I get it. If you play this, you're kind of diluting your opponent's deck, but you're also getting them further away from fatigue, and I think some people will be useful, but I don't get why a lot of people are getting as excited about it as it is. Because I don't think there are better ways, I think, to dilute your opponent's deck. Just, I don't think it's going to fit in with Death Rattle decks. It's just, in general, I'm going, I don't see what the big deal is.
But Boba, you can just, I'm going to play Weasel Tunneler, and then I'm going to copy his effect, and then I'm going to copy his effect again, and maybe I'll play Moat Lurker on it. I'm going to fill my opponent's deck with Weasel Tunnelers.
Problem there, Eddie.
I know. Hang on. I was just more or less going with the goofy side of things on this, not being serious at all. And it's just, you guys just keep going back and forth with this.
May I ask how you are copying his effect?
In Rogue.
Yeah, but here's the problem. The Death Rattle doesn't say shuffle a Weasel Tunneler into your deck. It says shuffle this minion into your opponent's deck. You are sending them an Unearthed Raptor, not a Tunneler. It never says shuffle a Weasel Tunneler. You copy that effect, they kill the Raptor. That's actually a bigger boon to your opponent than it is just sending them a Weasel. I would not recommend doing that.
What can I send my opponent that would potentially boot them over? That I don't have anything for.
Yeah, I think people are making a bigger deal about it than it really is. Again, I don't think diluting your deck, just the diluting the deck idea is not big, because in essence you are putting them further away from fatigue, and your opponent is pretty much probably just going to be playing it if they have extra mana anyway. So in the end, you gave them an extra minion.
Let's just goof off and pass it back and forth, shall we? Doop 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 doop.
Yeah, sorry guys, I don't see it. I'm not impressed by this minion. I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, it's more of a funsy sort of thing, if anything.
Eddie?
Oh, it is my turn. I thought it was yours. My apologies. Next we have Blubber Baron. He's 3-cost, 1/1. Whenever you summon a Battlecry minion while this is in your hand, gain +1/+1. Alright. I mean, I'm not wild about it. I don't see Battlecry being a big thing. Like, you may include this if you pull one in your Battlecry quest, because oh hey, I can boost it up and put it on the field. Yay! Bulb.
I think you're forgetting how many minions are really out there that have Battlecry. Like, there are a ton that are in every deck. So just saying, well, you have to play a Battlecry specific deck? Not really. You could probably potentially put this in a regular deck and still get some value out of him. Yes, if there's more Battlecry, he's a lot better. But let's say I don't recommend doing this. Let's say you put him in a Cthulhu deck. How big will this guy get?
If he's in your hand to start, he might get pretty big.
Yeah. But not even Cthulhu. Let's talk about Jade Druid. There's a lot of Jade Druid minions that summon, or not Jade Druid. There are Jade Golems. There are a lot of Jade Golem minions, especially in Shaman, that summon Jade Golems. Heck, yeah. There are a lot of things. Like I said, there are a lot of things that have battle cries. So yes. You just put it in a deck with a bunch of battle cries. It doesn't have to be a battle cry specific deck, and you're gonna get value out of them. So I think this card's a bit better than you think. But yeah, you're gonna have to. In order to have them in the deck, you are using a slot that probably could be used for better used for something that I don't know, works with your synergy. But hey, Zoo, this thing is going to be scary in Zoo. Okay,
when you put it in that deck, you've got you've got at least a point. But something like one of the Jade decks, I highly doubt it.
Well, I highly doubt it too, but I was basically making a point.
Yeah,
just to show that how much more powerful he really is than you're giving him credit for. Okay. Next up, we have Red Mana Wyrm, which is a 5-cost, 2/6 minion that says whenever you cast a spell, gain +2 attack. And it's really interesting that they made this a neutral minion, because Mana Wyrm is a mage minion. Cool. I guess. It might see play in some spell-heavy decks. Maybe Mage, but I'm just saying maybe because Mage has a lot of minions in general. Like, especially, doesn't matter what kind of Mage, but let's just say tempo or control, whatever. Mage has enough minions already that synergize with your spells. That I'm not sure that as of this moment they have the room for Red Mana Wyrm. However, I could see the possibility that after set rotation next year, that this card might actually start make a home in decks that it can't make a home in right now. So I'm thinking right now it may make some home in make its home in some decks right now, but I think we're probably going to see it more after the set rotation.
I can agree there. I mean, if anything, I could see this potentially getting a home in Rogue, because you play so many spells with Miracle Rogue. As long as you conceal it, your opponent has to sit there and go, crap. Because it's like counterfeit coin, prep, or prep, spell, and right there, that's 6 spells. You just given your creature 12 attack. It's now a 14/6 card. Let's go. And that's just on that alone. Not to mention when you hit it with Conceal, it goes up to a 16. And it's just like, huh. What do I do now that the thing's not able for me to touch it? Like, that's what I see with the worm.
Yeah, I think it's going to get some use. So it'll be interesting.
Oh yeah. If anything, the last card that we have is Street Trickster. It's a 3-cost 0/7 demon with +1 spell damage. Alright. I mean, sure, it's got a nice big butt with +1 spell damage. Makes it a little bit harder to get rid of. But when it comes to the +1 spell damage, or the plus spell damage in general, there's already so many more cards out there that do it better. There's Blood Mage Thalnos, Azure Drake, Frigid Kobold. So it's just one of those things where I can see where you're trying with it. I really do. And plus, if anything, it does nerf the demon pull from the Kabal in this set. But really, I don't see this, like, I gotta stop myself there. Because while I say I don't see this seeing play, I'm gonna be wrong, and then people are gonna play it left, right, and center. So it's like, erg. But, Bob, go.
I mean, it's interesting. It's kind of nice that we are now kind of getting some neutral demons. At the same time, I'm actually going to agree. I'm going to say that there are better options if you are running spell damage. I mean, I thought that Mini Mage, after Goblins vs. Gnomes, was going to be big because it was a spell damage minion with stealth. But it really didn't see play, and even I had to admit, I really didn't play it as often. I kind of phased it out. And I'm looking at it here, and I'm just thinking, you know, there's already a 3-cost spell damage minion. And that is Dalaran Mage. And, yeah, it doesn't do much. It's a 1/4. But it kind of does a little bit what you want to have. You have a little bit of a threat and board presence, and yeah, you're going, well, they can't remove it. But at the 3 mana slot for spell damage, you have that, and I think that they're just better 3 mana slot minions anyway. The decks that are going to be wanting to use spell damage anyway already have decent alternatives, or they can skip over it. I would probably be saying something different if it was something like spell damage +2, because then it'd be an amazing card.
Oh yeah.
But with spell damage +1, I think you have better options. And if we really didn't see a lot of play out of Mini Mage with its stealth, I don't see how we're going to get much use out of a 0/7 spell damage minion. That's generally not, because people like to attack with their spell damage minions. So, yeah. I don't know. I can't see it. I really can't.
Yeah.
I think there are better options out there.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that was the Mean Streets of Gadgetzan. And how do we feel about it in general? What are the things we're excited about, and what are the things that we kind of miss or are kind of mad about? Eddie, I know you have a big rant, I think.
Okay. So, things I am definitively excited about. I'm excited that, if anything, that Blizzard is looking to not only incorporate new archetypes and styles, that we're also moving more or less more towards a control-esque meta, where they just went, okay, this last set made this game just incredibly just aggro-heavy and aggro-reliant. So now we're going, alright, here's some control stuff to pace the game better. And if anything, what I'm highly disappointed in is the fact that with Rogue, there's only realistically one card in their revelations that they got that's useful and exciting, and that's Counterfeit Coin. You take a look at all the other classes in comparison, and each of them got at least 3, maybe even more things that you can just kind of like look at and go, ooh, I want to test and do this with it, or ooh, I want to try and do this. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably jaded in thinking that Jade Rogue might not take off and go somewhere, but I'm more or less just disappointed that, like, you gave Rogue a stealth Magma Rager? Really? I mean, come on. That's basically just looking at Rogue and just giving it a kick in the pants as hard as you can. And it's like, alright, I'm just going to sidestep over here and just keep playing the Miracle Rogue, or keep playing, or at least attempting to play N'Zoth Rogue, and just I'm highly disappointed there. But I'm going to dig out of that negativity and just more or less go into the things that I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about the Highlander stuff that could really spice the meta up. That Jade Golem archetype stuff that could just bring something new and fresh to the table. That's great. I like it. There's also just the ability to see now Priest actually be a viable class instead of the lol meme class that people have just taken it and thrown it into for the last few months, because that's just basically where it's been. So if anything, that's my rant. Ball of goo.
Yeah, I don't think Rogue made out like the other classes did. It definitely drew the short straw. I think they were trying to go more for stealth synergy, but I'm not really sure how many people are really going to take advantage of any stealth synergy. So I really don't think Rogue really got the short end of the stick here. Plus the fact they just didn't get the Jade Golem synergy that other Jade Lotus classes did. And in general, I really like the set. I think I like the set for bringing a lot more of a control mid game meta, because that's kind of what I like. That's what I want to play. And a lot of these cards I find are interesting. I'm excited about this. I don't think I was as excited about Whispers of the Old Gods, but I'm really excited about the set. I'm really looking forward to it. And there's a lot of things I want to try. I'm really excited about the Jade Golem decks, and there's just so many things I kind of want to do. But my biggest thing, and when I saw the card dump, I felt pretty much like I'd been punched in the gut, was 0 totems in Shaman. I was expecting 1 totem, because I remember, and this is an earlier video where Eddie's like, "Oh yeah, it's true, but Shaman's gotten 1 weapon per expansion." But here's the thing: Shaman has also gotten 1 totem per expansion. I'm not talking about sets, like adventures or whatever. I'm talking about expansions. They got a new totem in Goblins vs. Gnomes. They got a new totem in, and they got a whole bunch of totem stuff. But they got as far as a totem, they got a new totem in the Grand Tournament. And yes, I was kind of disappointed they actually didn't get a totem in Whispers of the Old Gods, but they still got totem synergy. So you can still say it was made up for it by Thing from Below. And so I was expecting, and I thought, I'm like, well, maybe it's because of the theme. And I was looking here going, they've been giving Shaman, definitely making sure that Shaman has some totem synergy stuff. I mean, we got Wicked Witch Doctor Karazhan. That's unusual. And I'm going, well, Blizzard cares about that. I was really looking forward to a new totem, because it's about time. They've done it every single expansion. I was looking forward to it. I was even thinking of the possibilities. I'm going, this is going to really synergize with Jade Golems. This is going to be cool, but it also is going to work for people with totem synergy. So I was wondering what we were going to do. I was spitballing with Eddie. I was really excited, and we got nothing. We got dilly crap. Dilly squat. I think the thing with, well, Shaman always gets a weapon. It always needs a weapon during expansions. Is a load of crap too.
I didn't say that second part.
Yeah. Shaman really doesn't need more weapons. It's nice. That's actually a really cool card. But I don't want to see the reasoning of, well, we must give Shaman a weapon because Shaman always has weapons in expansion, so we must give Shaman a new weapon. No. It's nice if you give them a new weapon, like it is for other weapon classes, if you just happen to give them a new weapon that fits with the theme. But I wanted my totems. It feels like, and this just feels how it feels in general with this expansion. Like, I thought that that Blizzard was really going to kind of, with the rotation coming within like 5 months, kind of ease our fears and just say, we know about some of these archetypes. We are going to support some of these archetypes. I was kind of excited at BlizzCon to see Draconid Operative and to see Dragonfire Potion. I'm going, they're giving us more more Dragon Synergy stuff that kind of show us that when Blackrock Mountain and the Grand Tournament, which gave us a ton, like all of the Dragon Synergy cards that we now use, which will be rotating out, and that basically what we got in Karazhan and what we got in Whispers is not enough to replace that. I was going, we're going to get some highly quality. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to get more dragon stuff because Blizzard is showing us that they don't want the dragons. They don't want the dragon archetype to disappear. And no, that was it. Those were the only 2 cards, guys. Those were the only 2 cards. That was it. And we're getting an adventure next time. So unless it's a dragon-centric adventure, hey, enjoy your dragon decks for the next 4 months because otherwise they're going to kick in the balls come next April. There was no, basically they got our hopes up and then dashed them. We did not have enough synergy. We did not have enough synergistic cards to sustain any of the archetypes we really need. Demons actually got it. I will give them that. Demons and Pirates got new synergistic cards. Dragons did not. Beast, Druid did not. I mean, I give it to them. Karazhan was very good as far as buffing up and actually making Beast Druid viable. I thought maybe Blizzard would follow that through in here and give them at least a couple of decent cards. We got like 1 that synergizes but doesn't synergize, and so that gets kicked in the nads. And the biggest kick in the nads are for those who want to play Totem Shaman, because all of our tools are rotating out in 4 or 5 months. All of them. And what we have left that we got from Whispers of the Old Gods and that we got in Karazhan is not enough to make up for it.
Now see, you never know, if anything, when it comes to Totem Shaman, what they could have in the pipeline. That's the best part, potentially. There's at least... I'm going to be Captain Optimistic, even though I shouldn't be, and say, the ship hasn't sailed yet, you're just kind of getting kicked in the nuts right now. Yeah. It's okay. They'll give you some ice for your nuts, I promise. And then they'll just find something else to kick you in the nuts over. We'll have to have, at some point, insert the Ben Brode laugh, and then walk away.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that given all this fire stuff rotating out, which really does work very well with Totem Shaman, either Totem Shaman as an archetype would just disappear into Wild, or it would change to focus more on stuff like Wicked Witch Doctor. But I at least thought that that was a glimpse. I thought that Wicked Witch Doctor and the change to Tuskar Totemic, which... yeah. I thought maybe that was a glimpse of, like, okay, we're going in this direction. We have a new expansion. You know, we'll at least give you some more tools. And we got 0 tools. Heck, we don't have anything to replace the utility that we lost in Tuskar Totemic. And I just want something as simple as a card that, like, as a spell that just says, discover a totem. It doesn't even have to be a totem card. It could be one of the basic totems. You know, not just to discover basic totems, just discover totems. And the basic totems are filed in there, so you could, like, get either a totem card or one of the basic totems. I mean, I kind of just want something like that. I just feel like with Totem Shaman, and I know it's because mid-range hunter, but Totem Shaman as an archetype, with the nerfs and with this expansion, has just gotten completely... It's not a great archetype anyway, but it's just gotten neutered. It's just going snippity, snip. And I know it's like no one cares, Bob, about totems. But I kind of do. I was looking forward to that. Kind of like I was looking forward to it in Whispers of the Old Gods. And this does teach us one thing, I guess, about expansions and sets going forward, which is that Blizzard is not obliged to give you anything. They will just come up with interesting cards. Good. This sets a precedent. But at the same time, you couldn't come up with something? You couldn't come up with some interesting totem? I mean, I'm not expecting a totem golem thing like the totem can attack. Just give me something supporty.
Like I said, it could be in the pipeline. It might not have just fit with the set. It fit with the theme. So, I mean, like, with how Mean Streets kind of worked, I mean, you never know. They could be doing Luau Island next expansion.
I expect so many people to be going, Eddie, there's no such thing as Luau Island in Warcraft.
I don't care. Luau Island exists, damn it.
If only in your dreams.
I know, but still, I'm just saying, I'm just using something as, like, just throw a beach from World of Warcraft, or at least Warcraft lore. And if anything, it also might be the reason why Blizzard changed the game from Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft to just Hearthstone. So that way, maybe they can also just break that mold of, okay, we're not going to just stick with just, like, WoW lore. We can now go and do this. We can make our own sort of lore, while still also borrowing back from other Blizzard games, and just move forward. So, hey, I could get my Luau Island, and it could just be all totems all the time. So, if anything, I say don't lose hope until proven otherwise. Because, well, everybody knows Blizzard. They're willing to prove us.
But other than that, really looking forward to this expansion, guys.
Yeah. It's out. It's out live. It's out now. Go win your packs. Go play the game. Spend your gold. Make your goons or your Jade Lotus or your Cabal and have fun.
We will see you guys out on the battlefield.
Bye.